This tutorial is about how to share maps with others, or the idea of sharing and collaborating while working on maps. Here's a map I've been working on. These are all my points. Inside the description, you have my title, my instructions. This is all editable by me. Now, let's say I want to share this map with somebody else. I want them just to look at it. I would go to what's called the Share tab, the bottom tab on the right, and I would enter in a share code. If there's no share code, I'll show you what it looks like. If there's no share code, it looks like this. And you have no options other than to print your map or create a PDF of it. Now, if I enter a share code, which should be a non-repeatable code, let's say that includes the date, my name, project, a few extra characters, about 10 characters, press modify. Once I press modify, I have different options in the sharing tab. Now the first and the easiest to think about is just sharing it by a link. This is called the public permalink. So if I copy all this and open this in another browser, this is how another user would see this map. They would only be able to see this map. It's all shared by me. They could read the instructions, they can click on the points, but that's all that they can do. They have no other options in the map tab up here. Now, let's say you wanted to send this to students or to somebody else and you wanted them to duplicate the entire container here, the entire map with all the points and the description. You click Allow Duplicate. This changes the link from a permalink to a permalink plus a duplication link. It changes the code. So if I copy this and I send it to somebody, when they open it, they have a new option. Their option is duplicate, right here in the map tab. So if I click duplicate now as that new user, an alert will come up allowing me to retitle my map, so my version, press OK, and all the points on that map and the instructions and the legend, in fact, have duplicated and are now mine to edit. If I go down to the bottom, I see I can edit the instructions. If I open a point, I can see the information has all come with it, but now I can edit that information or even delete that point. And even the legend has come over. These are all my points, my legend items, and I can modify them or delete them or add to them as I please. So this is just a test, so I'm actually going to delete this map. Yes, I do want to delete it. Let's start one more thing. Okay. The first user also has another option. I can continue to allow duplication if I want, and I can take that off. But let's say I want to add collaboration. Let's say I want the person to collaborate with me in the same space, but not to use my points, to use their own map. I click collaboration, and then I copy the link anew. This is now a new link. And if I open this one as another user, I see all the points, still viewable, but I have a new option. It's called collaborate. So if I click collaborate, a chance for me to make a new map appears. I can now call it what I want, my points. I get to keep a copy of the instructions to start with, but I can edit those instructions anytime I want or delete them. When I press OK though, something different happens. I have a new map of my own. I have instructions of my own, but all the points that you see here are not my own. They're actually shared by the first user. If I toggle them off, I don't see their points anymore. If I add a new point, up here, this one is mine. This one is editable. All the other ones are the other users. Effectively, what's happening is that I'm sharing the space. My map is on top of their map, and I can toggle them off by unclicking and clicking these checkboxes in the Map tab. You'll notice that the legend points are not mine. They're actually the other person. I can't modify them or add them or edit them or delete them, but I can add to them. They'll see my legend items. If I go to the other map, see that other user sees my point amongst their points, but that's my point to edit. And that's how you collaborate, by sending a link using the collaborate feature. There is a final way to collaborate with another person, and that's very simple. Probably the simplest way of all. You just share that share code with them. You tell them what your share code is, and they put it in their map. They may have a map that's almost finished or just started. It doesn't matter. They put that share code in any other map, and the effect is the same. They're collaborating in the same space. And to show that, it's easy to prove it. I just change the code to something else and press modify, and you'll see that now my map, the single point I've created, is alone, and I'm not collaborating with anybody else. And soon this one will disappear too on the other person's map. Give it a few seconds, or maybe just to prove it, I'll go back here and come back in again. See, it's gone, but it will disappear on its own. So that's sharing with Cartograph. It's basically using share codes to create certain kinds of links to share, or just giving the person the share code. A final reminder, make sure that share code cannot be repeated by anyone by accident. You do not want them to accidentally arrive in the same space as you.